See if we're good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Live here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. Hope you're doing well. We're going to hang out for just a second, let some more people pop on to the live stream, talking about all things December daily today, which is fantastic. It's my favorite holiday project. I've been doing this project for 8 years. So today I'm going to share some of my goodies as well as my process. So we'll get started with all of that here in just a second. Let me know that you're here by posting a little something in the chat section of happy holidays and Merry Christmas, whatever you may want to say. Hello, Carol. How are you? So glad you're here. Looks like we were getting some more people to pop on. If you are new to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, or if you're watching this on the replay when the replay is available, hello, I am Victoria Calvin, owner of Victoria Marie Designs, and you have made it to my YouTube channel. So thank you, all my returning guests. Hello, everybody in the Victoria Marie Scrap Boss community. Make sure if you haven't already, you hit the subscribe button. When you do, click the little bell, and that way you'll be notified each and every time I go live on this channel. And then also when I post content on the channel. It's been a long time since I've done recorded content on this channel, which there's going to be some stuff to come, but I mainly go live every Wednesday. We didn't go live last Wednesday because I was celebrating Thanksgiving holiday, and I took pretty much the whole week of Thanksgiving off, which was really nice to have a break. Usually this time of year is very, very busy in the craft and hobby industry, and so I do have lots of projects and things that I'm working on going into the new year. So I'm so glad to share all these things with you. So many things coming down the pike. I'm going to wait for some more people to pop on. I got a couple of announcements that I want to make, and we're going to dive right into my December daily goodies and my process. So hello, Melissa. Hello, Mary. She's catching this from San Antonio. So glad that you're here. And Carrie, hello. And Janet and Heather and Barb's here. And Nicole, hello. She says, I'm on a break. Absolutely. Just take a little break, right? That's all you need. Just take a little break. Hey, Deanna, how are you doing? Nadine, I'm sorry. Melissa and Chris is here. She says, at work, reviewing your TPS reports. That's right. For those of you who are new, we call Wednesday our staff meeting. So, pull up your TPS reports and we'll talk business for the next hour. Hey, Deborah, what's going on? And Karen, Vivette, hello. How are you? So glad that you are here, everybody. Sarah's here. What's going on? So, I have to tell you guys, this is December 1st. First of all, happy December 1st. For those of you who love this time of year like me, Christmas is 24 days away. Yay! Christmas Day, that is. And we are in full spring. Or full swing, I should say. Not spring, not yet. Full swing. I went out this morning to do a little bit of Christmas decorating shopping. I donated a lot of my Christmas decor last year, and so I'm kind of, every year I just want to add a little bit something more to it that speaks more to my style and kind of what I want. My goal for Christmas decorating is for my house to look like the homes in a Hallmark Christmas movie, because I love the way they stage the homes in those movies. I'm a big sucker for Hallmark Christmas movies, but I love the way they stage the home. So that's my goal, is to hopefully aspire to have a home that looks like a Hallmark Christmas movie. Hey, Dahlia from Lithuania. Hello. So glad that you're here. And Jeanette is here from Quebec. I'm so glad we have people from all over the world that are joining us. Let me know what holiday celebrations. Now, here's the cool thing about this time of year. I think from approximately September leading into January, there are at least 20 or more cultural, holiday, religious celebrations that are observed. So let me know in the chat section, what holiday do you observe this time of year? Whether it's cultural, specific to your culture, maybe your religion, maybe your country. What do you observe this time of year? Or do you not observe anything this time of year? Let me know in the chat. It'll be interesting to know. I celebrate Christmas. I'm in the United States, in Texas, and so I celebrate Christmas. Love this time of year. It's my absolute favorite. I think there's just something magical about the Christmas month. And we have our traditions, and we have the things that we love to do from all kinds of holiday festive activities, although we're going to do it kind of low key this year. And I love decorating, and I love watching movies and cooking and spending time with family. And it's just, to me, is just the happiest time of year for me outside of when spring rolls around, because that's my favorite season. But I absolutely love Christmas. Now, living in the South, living in Texas, the only thing that's missing is snow, because I love snow. And so hopefully one year we will celebrate Christmas in a snowy place. But that's the only thing that's missing. I would love snow. We did have really bad inclement snowy weather last year, and it just shut down the states because we're not used to that type of thing. So, but the only thing that's missing is snow. I would absolutely love it, and that I think would make it give that the chef's kiss. So let me know, what do you celebrate over the fall going into the winter season? Again, there's over 20 plus some odd celebrations and things of that nature that happen. And if you don't celebrate at all, some people don't observe any type of holiday or religious observance or anything like that, and that's cool too. But I'd be interested to know. Hello, everyone who's just joined us. We have a lot of Christmas folks, of course. Simply Happy, Simply Whole says, bah humbug. I think there's others out there who will say bah humbug as well. Hey, Joycelyn, how are you? Or Jocelyn, hello. Okay, so let's get into it. I have been, as I said when we started, I have been doing December Daily for 8 years. In fact, I'm going to show you some of my albums here in just a second. And I absolutely love this project. And for those of you who are not familiar with December Daily, it was started by a scrapbook designer named Allie Edwards. And I'm sure a lot of you are probably familiar with Allie. Allie's scrapbooking style is really based around storytelling. And over the past, oh goodness, she's been around for at least a minimum, I guess, of 15 years or so. Over the past several years, she has developed this project by which you document something daily for 25 days or maybe all of December, kind of slowing down and focusing on the nuances of the holiday season relative to your everyday life. It can be stuff about traditions you celebrate. It could just be the everyday flow. What does life look like for you right now in this time? And what the project does is it challenges you to slow down and to be present and to be mindful. Since the inception of this project, there are people that have kind of taken this in different directions. So not everyone does December daily because that sounds a little bit too overwhelming for some people. So they may just document weekly, or they may jot down or journal notes that they want to keep in mind, and then they don't do the project until the beginning of the year because that's when they have more time to do it. Some folks like using an album, so today I'm going to show you the materials that I'm going to be using today. Allie has always had an album associated with this project. At first, at the very beginning, she didn't have any December Daily product that she offered. It was just the concept of documenting daily. Since that time, of course, she has lots of products that are available if you want it, if you want to use it, but you don't have to. Some folks will use an album, some will not. Some will just simply journal throughout this month, and some want to do a decorated scrapbook album. It's really, really fluid and very, very open to interpretation. Allie's process is something that I have been attracted to for a very long time. I like documenting the everyday story, and most years that I've done December Daily, I haven't always documented daily. This year may be one of those years where I don't necessarily document daily. I may, collect some stories and then work on it at some point during the week. And I've done that a lot over the years. But my goal is to finish the project between December 1st, to finish it on December 25th. That's when I want to finish the project for two reasons. One, I have other December Daily projects that I didn't either start or complete. And two, I'm currently teaching a class that I developed called Project Done. And a part of that year-long class, which, by the way, as I'm going to give you some announcements here, Project Done enrollment will be opening on December 10th. So I'll tell you more about that in a second. But part of my project, a list of projects that I wanted to complete in that class, was my December Daily album. And initially, I was going to go back and finish up albums. But this year, I'm just focusing for this particular class on this one project. So I'm working alongside my students on us getting projects done. More on that later. So I do want to get this project done because in January, starting January, I'm going to be working on my other December Daily album. So let me show you some of the albums that I've done before. I'm going to show you my very, very first one, and then I'll show you a couple of current ones. I'm just going to breeze through them. Let me actually switch my camera here. And so you can kind of get an idea and a feel for, let's see, there we go. Make sure we get the right screen here. So you can kind of get an idea of my December daily style over the years. Now, I started this project back in 2014. And I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite projects. Let me grab a couple of those albums real quick. Let's see. Oh, goodness. All right, let me move over this year's stuff. And I'm going to bring over my little basket of albums. And there's more. I have the other ones that are in my cabinet over there. But this is a basket that I picked up. Let me see if I can turn it this way. I picked this up at Michael's a few years ago, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Absolutely love it. This is what I keep my albums in, and I pull it out every year. It stays in my craft room most time of the year, and then I pull it out and I sit it by our Christmas tree, so my family can look through the albums. And I love looking through the albums. I like getting a cup of something hot, cocoa, coffee, cider, and I love looking through the albums. So the very first album I completed it was in 2014, and at that time I didn't buy any of Allie's products. I didn't quite know what I was doing. I just heard that there was this December daily project that people were working on, and I was interested in it. So I kind of learned somewhat of the mechanics. By the way, Allie does offer a class that she teaches you about the process. But I just kind of went into this blindly, just thinking, oh, okay, I don't need any further guidance to do this project. I'm just going to do it. So this is the first album that I use, and I think I may have used an album from Simple Stories. Yeah, this was a Simple Stories album. I used some wood veneer letters, or numbers rather, heat embossed them. I used some washi tape, which I don't recommend using things that peel on the outside of your albums. I'm in fact going to redo this portion of the album. I'll probably put some ribbon here to kind of clean it up because it's kind of been a little dinged there. But I used everything I used for this project was from my stash. And I just was experimenting with stuff at this point because I had no clue what I was doing with this project, but it all just seemed kind of fun. So I just collected stories throughout the month. That's decorating the Christmas tree. This is when my daughter was 4 years old. Just our traditions, decorating and spending time with my mom at the time, tucking in little stories here and there, trying to do some interactive stuff here also. Just absolutely love that. Also, things that I enjoy during that time of the year, the creamers that I enjoy, my coffee, my Christmas t-shirts and things that I love to wear, the experiences and events and things that we like to partake in this time of the year. So the Nutcracker is a big one we see pretty much every year. Not pretty much, we do see it every year. This particular story was the first time we took our daughter to the Nutcracker. The movies that we like to see, Annie came out that year, starring Jamie Foxx. Absolutely love that. Corinne visiting Santa Claus. This will be, goodness gracious. We haven't visited Santa Claus, I guess, in 3 years, and now Corinne's like almost 12, so she's like, I don't want to see Santa. So I'm so glad that I have this documented because those years went by really fast. Hey sis, what's going on? She's a beautiful album. You're a teeny little one. Oh, I know. She was so cute. She was so little. Baking cookies, keeping different ephemera and things relative to the events and stuff that we were attending. Here's one of our Elf on the Shelf, and she has a little tiny bottle of Corona that was actually a magnet that was on my mom's refrigerator. So we set her up in a bowl and put the little tiny bottle of Corona with our little elf because she apparently drinks beer around here. Everything again I used was from my stash. I didn't buy anything new for this particular project, and I just had a lot of fun putting together these stories. My daughter was in Montessori at that time, so of course I got to document about the Christmas party at our Montessori school, spending time with my friends, which we don't spend a lot of time together. We're all busy and doing all kinds of stuff, so we don't spend that much time together anymore, but I love that I was able to document those stories. My daughter started dance classes at that age, and now she's dancing at a professional ballet school, which we're really excited about. Making gingerbread cookies. Even I like to look at what I was wearing at the time. Before I started Victoria Marie Designs, I worked for Court Appointed Special Advocates, or CASA, and I had the honor of being able to advocate for kids in foster care, and I also trained our volunteers. And so in this photo, I have a shirt on, a CASA shirt on, and at that time I was working at CASA. So that was probably, I don't know, that might have been on a Friday, or maybe it was on a weekend. I'm thinking maybe after I got back from work or something. I don't know. I usually dress casual on Fridays when I worked outside the home. Documenting my wife as she's watching one of her favorite Christmas movies. Just really simple. I just kind of did this project and kind of, worked my way around it and felt my way around it. And I love this album so much because this was the first December Daily album that I completed. And it's just so organic, Just absolutely love it. Really focusing on stories, really focusing on the things that are important to me during the holiday season. When we travel to Oklahoma to visit my in-laws, that type of thing. Pictures, and I love going back to see how little my daughter was at that time. And oh, now she's as tall as me. If you can believe it, she's as tall as me. Let's see, I miss actual ticket stubs. Everything is electronic now. Yeah, absolutely. We do electronic everything too when we go see shows. Here's another one. This was probably the first one where I used Allie Edward products. So this was a white album that she offered that year. It had 2015, so this is the year after. Did some heat embossing and stamped the word December. Used this large C, and then this little fabric star. So this is when I started getting into Allie's products. I bought the kit plus some and set it up. And in addition to the kit, I also had other things in my scrapbook arsenal that I wanted to use. So I started, again, documenting stories, keeping little things. Like here's a little note that my daughter wrote for me. I just found this on my desk one day, and this was on some Christmas stationery. She says, "I love you, Mom." Her little picture. I mean, come on. So cute. So I was starting to feel my way around this process on year 2. I was getting our Christmas tree, keeping ticket stubs and things from events. I was trying to learn how to do digital things. This was a digital element that Ellie offered that particular year. Doing some stamping, adding in things like pockets or envelopes for extra photos and ephemera that you might want to keep in your December Daily album based on whatever story you're trying to tell. So I put that together. This has a magnet shut or fastener, so it just shuts there. We went to see the Polar Express. We did the North Texas Polar Express or something like that. Hey, Victoria, what's going on? And so I documented that. Christmas tree, all those fabulous things. Learning how to do more interactive things. The flip-ups, using washi tape, that type of thing. Also was inspired to use other ephemera, like I love putting in my bags from Starbucks when we get Starbucks tasty treats. And so at that time we were getting lots of cake balls because that's what my daughter loves. So it says cake balls live here. I just put some stickers on this bag, punch some holes, pop that in there. This is something I love to do. Documenting about, our Starbucks, our love of Starbucks this time of year. And I don't know about you, for those of you who are Starbucks fans, I haven't seen a lot of holiday cups and mugs this year. At this time, they had tons and tons available. So I don't know if it's manufacturing things, if they're just not having many of them ordered or designed or whatnot, but I have seen quite a decrease in the mugs this year. I was experimenting with 2x2 photos. So this was a spread that I did of my mother's 20 plus Santa Clauses, black Santa Clauses that she collects. And she's been collecting these over the years. So I did a little salute to them. And we put some out. Some of my daughter's school things. At this time she was in kindergarten. Nutcracker always appears in the album. So started playing around again with Allie's products. Really, really loved it. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Okay. Adding little tickets. The time my mother-in-law came down and all that. So I just love this project so, so, so much. Now, that was 2014, 2015. There was a year where I did a 4x4 album, and this was a lot of fun to put together. So this was 2016, and again, just experimenting with a different size album. I love taking pictures with my mugs. There's my Grinch mug that I love. I can't wait to pop him out. Actually, in fact, I'm going to do that today, set up all my mugs in my cocoa station in my kitchen. And I really, really enjoyed putting this album together. I talked about our love of Hamilton because Hamilton came out around that time, and we could not get the tickets because they were hella expensive. And we couldn't fly to New York, obviously, to see it because that's where it was at the time. But we have gone and seen it. In fact, we saw it last month, so we're very excited to have had that experience. But this was me challenging myself to work in a smaller size format, and I absolutely love it. This album is almost done. I need to go back and finish up the last bits of it. But again, documenting everyday life, things that we enjoy, things that we love, time with friends, and just experimenting with a smaller format. And I did the smaller format because I didn't want a lot of pressure that year to do something larger. And it really forced me to scale it down and to really focus on the story. I started experimenting with resizing my photos and, that type of thing. So there's that. I still have quite a bit left in this album to finish out, but that should be pretty simple and quick and easy when I go and finish up my albums next year. Okay, so there's that one. And I have a couple more that are stashed away. In fact, I have 3 more that are on my shelf that are not complete. So I'll get to those next year as they come along. So let's move forward to 2021 because that's what you guys are here for. That was a brief little walkthrough. Here we go. Let's see. Hey, Cody, what's going on? Sue says, I'm terrible for stealing napkins, postcards, etc. in December. Me too. Me too. Lisa says, love the journaling on vellum. I love it too. It's one of my favorite techniques. Okay, so flash forward, I'll be working on December Daily 2021. I will be filming these videos and posting them here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes type stuff for my patrons. So if you're interested in that type of content, consider becoming a patron, because it's there where I post a lot of behind the scenes and my thought processes about things and such. But here on the YouTube channel, you will see this project come together because I'm committed to getting this done in 2021. All right. I didn't buy a whole bunch of stuff this year. Usually I have this huge, big, giganto box that gets sent from Allie Edwards. And I did not buy a whole bunch of stuff. I bought what I thought that I would use, a little something new. And what I'm going to do is organize all the things that I had from previous projects. I'm only going to set out the product that I think I'm going to use for this album on my holiday cart, and that will be in a separate video. And then next year when I start working on my other albums, I have materials for that I can use from. Because I'm trying to use up a lot of these materials that I have, I will probably do a lot of pages that are interactive, have a lot of embellishing. Some pages may just be focused simply on the story without, but I do want to use a lot of the product that I got because I love it and I want to make sure that I get my money's worth. This year, Allie did a complete, well, she does this every year, but she does a complete review of all of her products that she's offering. So if you want to go see that, then head over to Allie Edwards' YouTube channel and you can see all the product that was offered. And usually there's still some stuff left. So if you see something that you like here, I posted a link in the description. So make sure that you go and check that out if that's something that you enjoy and you want to go see what's available. And then sometimes she'll mark it down on sale, and then any items left over that carry on into the next December daily phase, then usually they will sell that at a discount. But go and check it out. There may be some items that are currently not available. I'm just going to let you know that. So if you want to get a little something to add to your collection, check to see if it's available. So this is what I got for the 2021 kit. Here's the box. I have the lip out, but normally it comes like that. I love the box because you can use this as fodder for your albums. And I put in my box not only what came in the kit, I bought the album and the album and the kit together, but I had some extras in here, and I'll try to point out or try to remember which is extra. I also got some dividers and some other little interactive elements, which I'll show you in a second. I also got the paper pack. She has several album sizes. I have the 6x8 album in this beautiful green linen cover. She also offered this year, I believe it's an 8x10 album, so it's like this size, which is perfect for these papers. I believe it's 8x10. So it's a different size option for those who are looking for something different in terms of different formats. So make sure you check out Allie's YouTube channel. She's going to be sharing her projects as she goes along. So it looks like it's about roughly a little bit, maybe 8 1/4 or something by, 11. It looks like what these pages are. 8 1/2 maybe. Maybe it's 8 1/2 by 11. Maybe, no, it's a little bit less than 8 1/2 by 11, but close to it. But that's what the album size, one of the album sizes are that she offered this year. So let me talk about the album first, what I'm using. Again, she did a whole exhaustive review of all of her products she added this year, or that she offered this year. I'm just going to show you what I purchased. I, for some reason, have fallen in love with green and blue this year. I just absolutely love blue and I absolutely love green. When I saw that she had this green album, I snatched it up. I knew immediately this is something that I wanted to do. So this is a 6x8 album. This is my favorite size of album to work in. As a 2-inch spine, or gold hardware, which is beautiful. I'm going to put 2021 here. using some of the stickers, number stickers that I have. It has 6 rings in this album. If you have page protectors that have the 6 ring option, then it should work. It should be compatible with this album if you chose to use it. It has white and gold stripes, or I guess maybe a taupe stripe here inside, and I'll probably put some kind of decoration here on the inside of the cover. And then it comes with page protectors, but you can also purchase additional page protectors, and there's different styles. You have your 3x6 or 3x8s, your pages for your 2x2 photos and embellishments. There are the 3 pockets with the 2 3x4 and the 1 4x6. You have your full 6x8 spreads. You have your pocket that has your 2 4x6, and then your pockets that have your 4 3x4s. She offers the page protectors both with the album and separately. So I actually added in some additional page protectors, and I usually will purchase additional page protectors for this project. And she usually has all her page protectors available year-round. So if you're working on this project, or maybe in another album that has this type of ring system that's compatible with her page protectors, usually you'll be able to find the page protectors. Okay, normally in the back of my December daily albums, I like to add a little pocket here for extra little memorabilia, and I'll probably do that this year as well. And then, of course, it's blank on the back too. So beautiful cover, fantastic color. I just cannot wait to add this to my shelf and, of course, pull it out and look through this album in subsequent years. Paper Bell says, I didn't buy much either. Already have much, not even the main kit, but I did get the beautiful green album, right? It's just gorgeous. Cody says the Life Crafted album by Citrus Twist also fit the Allie Edwards rings too. Absolutely. Thank you, Cody, for mentioning that. So if you purchase and you have the Citrus Twist Life Crafted album, which looks like this, those page protectors have the, or these particular albums have that 3 ring system, and these page protectors should fit right inside of this album. Okay? So, trying to get a little bit of usage out of what you have. So this is the album that I'm using this year. I love it. I love this little green album. Where do you put the pocket for memorabilia? So, typically I'll put the pocket for memorabilia in the back of my album. I will adhere it, depending on the style of the pocket. Usually it's going to be a large pocket. Either I'll make it or I'll have something in my stash that's large. And I'll put double-sided tape on the pocket and then adhere it smack dab in the back of the album, okay? Sometimes I'll do something interactive where I'll design something that I can then put inside the album. And I wonder if I have an example of that somewhere. Let me see. In one of my older albums. So these are 2 albums that I haven't finished yet. This is 2018. And so I have a little pocket here that I made from a sleeve of a Starbucks cup, and I'll probably do this same style again because I absolutely love it. And so I could stick memorabilia depending on how big it is. Something like tickets or whatever would be fun, and something like that. And I'm trying to see if I have anything in here where I set up for a pocket. Maybe not in this one. This one was 2020. No explanation needed there. Maybe I don't have, oh, here we go. So this one in the back, this particular year, Allie offered these pockets, and I think she offered something similar this year, but it has the holes for the rings, and so I can just slip it right in here, and then I can put memorabilia. So you can actually purchase something like this, whether it's from Allie or someone else, and then create a system by which you can punch 3 holes or however many holes you need and pop that into whatever size album that you're using. And then you have this sort of plastic protector that you can, slip your memorabilia in. So lots of ways that you can do that. Again, this is an unfinished album, so I don't have it done yet. Here's another pocket situation that was offered in 2020. You can slip tags and stuff in, that type of thing. I forgot all about this stuff. So those are some ideas of how you can incorporate your memorabilia, your pockets for your memorabilia. So there's that. I can't wait to finish those albums because they're going to look so nice when they're done. Let's see. I don't think I have another one out where I show where I have a pocket. Alrighty. So I'm using the green album this year. let's get a look into some of the goodies. This year they offered pattern paper. This can be trimmed down very nicely for any size that you're doing. They have a Traveler's Notebook size album. They have the 6x8 albums. They have the 8x11 album, 8 1/4 by 11 album, whatever that size is. And I think there might be a 4x4, but don't quote me on that. I can't remember all of them. Hey, Anna, how are you doing? Hey, Patty, what's going on? Okay, so lots of beautiful papers. I just love this. I'm just going to turn them that way. They're not double-sided. And you can cut these up and use them as dividers in your album if you want to. Make embellishments out of them. I love this. This can be cut up if you want it. And then it has enough space here where if you want it outside the page protector, you can do that and punch your holes, or you can trim it to where it fits inside of a page protector. Speaking of page protectors, I'll probably be doing a lot of layouts that are outside of the page. That's something that Allie is challenging herself to do a lot this year in terms of album design, meaning that the page that you design doesn't go inside a page protector, it goes outside a page protector. But I love all of these designs. They're classic, modern, very much Allie style, very much my style. I kind of go back and forth between clean and modern and more whimsical, Christmassy type thing, right, when it comes to my projects. Here's another one of these. There's actually die cuts that have these words on them. Again, there was enough space here that you can punch holes and you can stick this so that it's an outside of the pocket. You can also put a photo here on the back or whatever you want. Or you can double up your pattern paper so you have a front and a back. Here's another one, this beautiful green. There's lots of green in this one. I mean, seriously, plaid. Let me know in the chat if you're a sucker for plaid or buffalo check or whatever. I totally am. Love that. Little plus sign. It's a flower situation. It looks stitched. Very fun. Here's some wreaths. You can do something really fun with this. By the way, they do offer a product play class, and they've been doing workshops and things on story and design. So you want to make sure you check the Allie Edwards website and the blog for more information about that. I love this black background with all the fruits and stuff. Very beautiful. I like seeing a little bit more black in holiday decor, even though I don't always use black. I have some black in my holiday decor, but this is just really nice. I can't wait to use that. So those are the one-sided pattern papers that are available. Next up, I like adding in dividers into my albums. And so we've got some of these not acetate, what are these? I guess it would be. Page protectors. They already have the holes punched in. So here's like a buffalo check. This is a clear one that has little houses, and these houses come in wood veneer too with her collection. I cannot get enough plaid. I know, right? Plaid is my jam. Here's one with a wreath. You can do some really beautiful embellishing. I have a plan to put something to sort of embellish the wreath right here around the corner. So that looks really pretty. I don't know if you guys can, how well you can see that. Maybe I can do this. There we go. So there's the wreath design. Very, very pretty. And then here is the houses. So cute. Okay. You also have stars. Very nice. And then this little grid. And of course you can pop in photos or embellishments and have some fun with these little page protectors, or not page protectors, but dividers. So that is going to be really, really cool to work with this year. Next up, all kinds of fun stuff. This is something that I purchased, all of this I purchased separately from the kit. So these little embellishments, again, are just little inserts. And the fun thing about it is, and I love interactive albums, is that you can pop these in, and they already have the holes anywhere in your album. I mean, how cool is that, right? So here's the heart, and then there's a star that says fa la 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 la. Here's a little Christmas tree with that check design on it, that buffalo check, or plaid. So just so cute, so cute. And then on the back, you can, format a photo to fit back there. You can do some journaling, all kinds of stuff. Here's one with some Santa Christmas hats on it. That's a half a star. I love the semicircles. So here's one that says, so thankful for these moments. And then on the back, you can journal, right? Here's one that has some berries and things of that nature on it. A little bit of gold embossing, very pretty. Stick that right into your album. I love the inserts where you can journal. The houses are super cute. I know, right? They're so cute. This says December moments, finding joy in these moments. So you can put a picture here or some words here that point to different photos that you're using for a spread. And again, has the holes here that go right inside your album. I'm not sure if any of this is still available, so you want to check it out. Here's one that's shaped like a tag. You, of course, can make a lot of this. If you have a silhouette or a cricket or something like that, you can totally make stuff like this. This one says a wonderful time of the year. Very cool. I love this one. It says December. If you have access to an electronic cut or die cutting machine, like a silhouette or whatever, this is something you can easily create. There's lots of different designs out there that you can use versus buying something like this. But if it's still available and you don't have or you don't want to be bothered with that, then this is perfect. And then this is something you can easily design as well, but this came in the pack. It has the little 6 holes. You can put journaling behind this, photos, do something interactive, make a shaker. I mean, just all kinds of fun stuff that you can do with this, and that sits right in your album just like that, okay? So I'm really excited to use this. I believe this was what I bought in addition to the kit. I didn't buy a whole lot of additional things, just the stuff that really drew my eye and stuff that I knew that I was going to use. And stuff like this, I absolutely love, okay? Next up, my favorite thing that I purchased outside of the kit. Let me move this over here, and then I'll show you the stuff that came with the kit. Are these gorgeous felt numbers. I am a sucker for anything that has any level of texture to it. These felt numbers are really big, and they have gold stitching. Is this something you can make yourself, getting some good quality felt and sewing around the edges? Absolutely, you can totally do that yourself. I like buying the stuff already done because I'm what's called a lazy scrapper. But I love these large letters, and usually in the December daily projects, your days are numbered in your album typically, and that's how I like to do it. So I like the idea of being able to use these big, large, chunky letters, popping them in my album, and just having a nice play, and it kind of interrupts the monotony of numbering your pages. So you get all these beautiful, beautiful numbers, very, very beautiful. And I believe they are giganto. These are 6 inches, it looks like. So 6 inches by probably 3, I'm guessing. 3.5, I guess. Something like that. So will fit nicely inside of your album. You can do all kinds of fun things with those. And then you can further embellish them if you want to. Again, if this is not something you want to purchase, you can grab yourself some felt and make your own. Love these pieces. Can't remember if I ordered them or not. Oh no, I hope you did. Happy Scrapper says, I bought these digitally because I missed out on them. I will print them at Staples and cut them with my scanning cut. That's a fantastic idea. And thank you for mentioning digital, because Allie does offer some of these projects as a digital offering, so you can print them and you can, do whatever you want to with that. Okay, so I'm going to bring over my little box, and some of these are included in the kit, and some of these things I bought, I think, separate. So let me see what I may have bought separate from the kit. I'm just going to pull a couple of things out. I'm going to try to remember if some of these things were included or not, and I don't remember off the top of my head. So, in the collection this year, Allie is offering these little wood veneer houses. And out of all the embellishments, I think this one is kind of my favorite because I love these little houses so, so much. They're painted and they're wood veneer. Very cute. And they come in all kinds of sizes and colors. I'm glad that she added blue and gray because blue and gray are my favorite colors, and green as of late. Blue, gray, and green. There we go. Let me see if I can pick this up. Move this a little bit closer. How cute are these little tiny houses? Like, they're just adorable, and you can use them in all kinds of ways in your project. Just adorable. If you have something that you can drill a hole into these, this will be cute as a little charm you can put outside your album. Just adorable. Love these little houses. And you get, let's see, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get 10 of those in a pack. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. I also purchased the enamel pin that says December Daily 2021. I'm going to put that on my pin board. I thought about figuring out how to take the little post off the pin and then just adding that to my album, but I actually want it on my pin board. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Then I also purchased an extra set of these metallic letters. They come in a set of 2, and I'm going to be using some of these to number my pages or number my stories along with other letter fonts. And I also, speaking of pockets, because of course I had to purchase some pockets, these pockets have little tags in them that you can journal on. And you can stick those right into your album, adhere them to a page or whatnot. There's a set of 4. There's one that says "'Tis the Season," Holiday Memories, December Stories, and then Bright and Merry. And then it does have some text underneath, having a Merry Christmas, all the details from this moment, capturing the joy in this moment, celebrate the magic of the holidays. So I love this. And of course the candy cane stripe type situation there. I mean, you can't beat that. Very, very cute. Loving it. All right, now included in the kit, she sends it to you in this box here. Got some little stickers. These are dimensional layered stickers, and this is something new to Allie's product line. And it has the little oranges. I don't know about you, but when my mother was a kid, and my mom was born in 1948, so she's 73, if I did the math right on that, she would have relatives, because there's always so many kids around, and money was tight, so she would receive a bag of oranges and nuts and a candy cane as Christmas gifts from some relatives. And I remember some of my older relatives when I was growing up that I would get on occasion a brown bag that had an orange, a candy cane, and walnuts or something in it. And so when I saw this layered sticker sheet, that's the immediate memory that came to mind, is receiving a paper bag with those little treats during Christmas time. So let me know if you've had that experience, if you've ever been given a bag with fruit, nuts, and a candy cane. But these little fruits are what reminded me of that. There's some poinsettias, some berries, and some little leaves that go with that. So that should be really nice. There is tons of product inspiration in terms of design on Allie's blog and with her design team, so make sure you check that out. Okay, next up, I have some of these leatherette hearts. These are going to be so fun. They do have an adhesive backing, so you can just peel the backing off. And that says joy, this is Christmas, story. These are just going to be so fun to add kind of a pop of dimension, something different with these little faux leatherette embellishments, another texture you can add to your project. Really, really, really like that. You reminded me of my great-grandparents. Yes! I totally forgot that they gave us oranges when we were little. Yep. Found a story. That's right. Had no idea that the orange stickers until now. They are fantastic, right? We got those in our stockings. Yes, yes. So, I mean, it just was a thing, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Here are these little felt stars. They are stitched in gold, have gold stitching around them. Really, really fun. Whoops. So that's fun to do a little accent on pages in your project. Can't wait to use those. Let me know if you have a memory of that, or if you didn't get oranges and nuts and a candy cane, if there was something else that was given to you during that time of the year as a little Christmas treat. And for some people, that was their Christmas present, right? For a lot of families that didn't have much, that was the Christmas present. And particularly if you had lots of kids. My grandmother came from a boat of 14 children, you know, and they were farmers, and they didn't have much. My grandfather as well. 1959 girl here, and I used to get an orange in the toe of my Christmas stocking, and there would be nuts and a candy cane too. Oh my goodness. Live in Florida, so we always got oranges, and I was like, yes, because Florida is definitely the state of oranges, right? That is so cool. That is a memory that you can document in your Christmas projects, whether you're doing December Daily or not. Here's this again, that buffalo check, the plaid. Oh my God, really, this is just so cute. Number 25, I probably will put this at the front of my album. It already has adhesive on it, which is fantastic. It's nice and tacky. And then of course it's stitched on the outside with some gold. Really pretty. Can't wait to use that. Here are some more acetate pieces. All of these things, these have quotes. So this is a Roald Dahl. Above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Just love that. And then you have 2 more here that you can, you know, put any type of little embellishment there in the middle, you know, put a little word here, put a little leatherette. I mean, come on. Sky's the limit. Okay. Speaking of those little houses, here's some more of them. This time it's a sticker sheet. Look at that. More little teeny houses. More little teeny houses. Love that. You get a set of those in the kit. Here's some more acetate pieces as well. Jamie says, I remember talking once about the stocking real estate wasted by an orange. My grandpa overheard and said, you kids will never know how good a Christmas orange tastes. It will, depending on the size of your stocking. It could take up a big, large amount of your stocking, right? Yeah. Let's see, I call that pattern tartan coming from the UK. Absolutely. The Plaid 25 is the only reason I had gotten it, the main kit. I know, it's fantastic. It's a nice little inclusion in that kit. I love it. I love it. Cody says, now I gift my mom Christmas oranges like she used to give me. That's very sweet. Hello, Aubrey Jane Calvin. My better half has joined us. She says, my grandmother gave all of us grandkids a bag filled with assorted candy, an orange and a candy cane. Then we each got a Christmas cupcake. That's really sweet, babe. Now, Aubrey, for full disclosure, Aubrey comes from a very, very large family, and there's like 1 million cousins, 1 million grandchildren. So her grandmother, not a woman of much means, but, you know, she wanted to give something to her grandkids, and candy and a cupcake is definitely, I'm sure, is a lot more affordable than having to buy all those grandkids presents. Here is some vellum embellishment. So here's a little vellum die cut. 'Tis the season. Here's one that says holiday memories. And then holiday magic. And then there's some little tiny Christmas trees that have little gold foiled stumps on them. So can't wait to use that. You guys know I love my vellum, so that's cool. You got your pocket cards. There's always a set of pocket cards, different designs. A lot of this is Allie designs these, and a lot of this is her own handwriting. And if you've been a fan of Allie's products for a long time, then it's pretty easy to recognize her print. It's just one-sided card. Great for documenting, journaling, adding photos. Like these cards here would be perfect. You can put them this way or this way. You can add a photo or whatever you want to there. A story. Lots of journaling inspired stuff. Here's some more of these cards here. So lots of opportunities to do lots of cool things. And I love how they're simple, right? So I can come in and I can add, you know, a little something there, add some journaling, add an orange, you know, add a photo. It's really, really simple stuff. That's why I love her products. There's also 4x6 cards. I don't think they did as many 4x6 this year or 3x4s this year as in previous years because there are other things available. But these are great, again, very journal focused. And again, you can also add photos to these if you want to as well. Merrymaking, embracing, simply celebrating, that type of thing. Aubrey says, what is the rent on those houses? Can we do teeny tiny house flipping show? Depends on what part of the country you live in, babe. This is this little 40 by 50 little, or this little tiny house probably goes for like $1 million in California, so you never know. So Bree says she has 40 to 50 first cousins. Babe, I did not know that. That's a lot of cousins. I don't even know how many cousins I have. Like, I know my immediate cousins, but oh my God, it's not anywhere 40 to 50. Let me know if you come from a large family, if there's lots of family members there. Hey, Janet, she says, Christmas always meant an extra large navel orange, a red delicious apple, and the toe of our stocking. Absolutely. So lots of people who have that experience. That's fantastic. All right, here's some chipboard embellishments. I love the white background. I got receive joy, finding the good. This conversation has my heart, simple, lovely moments, remembering right now, the world rejoices rather, and then Christmas morning. And I love how there's some of these call outs so you can put them on your pages and make it seem like, you know, maybe someone's quoting something or whatnot, or saying something, dialogue, bubbles, whatever. Okay. You also get inside the kit the numbers, and these are the same ones that I showed you earlier. I didn't realize that you got a set of these in the kit, so I have like 4 sheets. Which is fine. I can use those on a lot of different projects. Here's another something that I think is really, really super cute. I love tiny things, but I really love tiny little Christmas stockings. So let me show you. These are so adorable. I'm so glad that they are offering them this year. So here are all these little tiny stockings, little fabric stockings. They already have an adhesive backing. How fun is that? And in fact, you could just use all of these on one little card. Like I could just do something like this. Use all that on one little pocket card, and bam, I got it embellished. Like, really, really super cute. Love, love, love these little stockings. They're so adorable. I cannot wait to use those in my project. There's also a sheet of sticker labels. I think you get 2 of these cardstock sticker labels. They're trimmed in red. Usually there's always some type of label system that you can use. And then new this year are these longer labels here. And I think, these are just die cut. And they have several phrases. And you can put this along, like say the bottom of a photo, or add them to one of the pocket cards or wherever you want to. You can even trim it and do fishtails on either side. So eating junk and watching rubbish. Let me know where you know that quote from. Eating junk and watching rubbish. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. The best way to spread Christmas cheer. Meet me under the mistletoe. And to all a good night. And then all I want this season. And then there's some blank ones here as well. She did offer some stamp sets. I have many of her stamp sets, so I didn't buy any stamp sets this year. But speaking of stamps, you can use these blank labels and you can stamp in your own sentiments if you want. Okay. There are a set of cork hearts, which I absolutely love. I love cork. Janet says, I plan for this year to document Christmas past memories. That is fantastic. I'm a big advocate of that. Patty says, 10 kids in my mom's family and 8 in my dad's. Never counted all the cousins, but there were a lot, I'm sure. Home Alone, Sarah, you got it. Home Alone, that's right. That's right. That quote is from Home Alone. Paperbell says, probably at least that many cousins, and we have a family reunion every year, which is awesome. Wow. That's amazing. Carrie says, Crystal made an amazing fireplace and mantle page with those stockings. I bet she did. She's so creative. She is so creative. All right, so here's those cork embellishments. It has a little flecks of gold in it. Very pretty. And then lastly are these. Now, I don't remember if this came with the kit or not. I don't think this did. I think I purchased this separately. But these are sparkly phrases, die-cut phrases. And this one says, this story has my heart. Twinkle Starry, I think this is Twinkle Starry Magic. A difficult December, because sometimes December is not all that great. So sometimes there's some drama and some things going on in December. So a difficult December, let's keep it real. And then calm and bright. So I'm looking forward to using those as well in this project. I'm just going to go ahead and let some of this packaging go into my recycle bin because I'm about to set up my cart here pretty soon. And then, of course, I like to keep my box because I love using these different elements of the box in my album. So reuse. So that's what I'm using, everybody, for this year's project. Really looking forward to sharing how this comes along. I haven't filmed my December daily process in a couple of years, mainly because I didn't complete the project or never started the project. There was a lot going on. I remember one year we bought this house, and so I certainly didn't do anything then. And then 2020 was, whatever 2020 was. And so this year I am bound and determined to work on this project and to really have fun documenting my memories. So if you want to learn more about this project, if you want to take a December daily class, if you want to see if they have any products still available from this year's release, make sure you go to the Allie Edwards website. I did post a link down below. So I want to talk to you a little bit about my process. Oh, wait, let me go to the comments real quick so I see Aubrey's pops up in there. Yes, Cody, there is, I believe it was an American Crafts brand that has those same these cork hearts, wherever they went, these cork hearts. I think it may have been a Maggie Holmes or a Paige Evans collection. I can't remember. But yes, these are definitely similar to those. Aubrey Galvin says, all right, everyone, for next week's live, Victoria is going to be writing a screenplay for Hallmark. Should it be called The Christmas Scrapbook or The Christmas Orange? Who's going to be starring? Who will the Hallmark movie be starring? Oh, yes, Paper Bell, they're very, very pretty, those cork hearts with the gold flakes. And Happy Scrapbooker says, if someone still has some stories from December 2020 they want to write about, the difficult December die cut would be good for that. You know what? And that's a really good idea. I think I will save that die cut for that particular album. I hadn't started it, but that's a really, really good idea. Thank you for that. Great suggestion. Hey Hope, she says, oh darn, got here late. No problem, you can catch the replay, but I got a little bit more to go before we end today's live stream. Barb says, I've never done December Daily, but I swear looking at all your goodies makes me want to. Everything looks like a lot of fun. It is. And there's a couple things I want to just say real quick before I talk about my process. When Allie talks about this project and she introduces it every year, there's a couple of things she always likes to remind people who are participating. Number one, you can do this project however you want to. She has her process, and that's what her project is all about. And she does have product to support it. But you don't have to buy the product, even though I'm sure she would love for you to buy the product, but you don't have to buy the product. And you don't have to do it in her specific way. I think her process is a great starting point for people who are starting to do this project. I highly recommend. One of the things I learned after the first year I did this project was to take her December Daily class, so you can get an understanding of the concept and to see how it applies to how you like to storytell this time of year. So you don't have to do it the way she does it. She does set out what she calls foundation pages, because her idea behind that is if you can set up some of your pages in advance, so it's one less thing you have to think about in the busy month of December. Some people adopt that process, others do not. For me this year, I did not prep any part of my album whatsoever. I just want to be able to sit down and make whatever comes to my mind that day. In previous years, I have prepped my album in advance. This year, I will not. I will be putting the album together as I go. And that's perfectly okay. There's no right or wrong to this particular process. So those are things that Allie likes to remind people each and every year. The idea is to document your stories, right? The story is king in all of these projects that she has developed. And I am in agreement of that, because story comes first for me. So some of my pages will be story driven, some will be technique driven, and some will be both. She also offers a full range of inspiration from her design team. This is the second year she's had a December Daily design team, I believe. And they're all offering great insights on the project. So if you're interested, go check all of that out on her website. And then make sure you follow December Daily on Instagram and follow Allie on Instagram as well. By the way, I'm not getting paid to talk up December Daily. I'm a longtime customer, and Allie has become a colleague and a friend of mine over the past year. And I really believe in this project. I absolutely love it. But I also believe in people documenting their memories regardless of what format you decide to do that in. December Daily is just one of many, many ways that you can document your holiday. So how do I plan to approach this project going forward? So as I mentioned, I do have some December Daily projects that I have not completed, and that for whatever variety of reasons. And a lot of times it's just time got away from me and I never really circled back to the project, which is okay. Those projects aren't going anywhere. So if you have some unfinished December Daily projects, don't worry about it. They're going to be there. They're not going anywhere. So this year I'm only going to be focusing on 2021. And then I will focus on the other years later on. And those albums will eventually come together. So I'm not stressing about that. But my process to this is to really deep dive into the story and to think of other ways that I can either look at a different angle on things that I normally scrapbook about. I also want to make this album a lot about the relationships in my life, the transitions and things that are changing. My daughter is, a preteen now, and so life looks different than what it did, when she was in elementary school and that type of thing. The fact that, my wife and I have a little bit more free time now. We don't have to constantly monitor her all the time. Our different adventures and things that we do over the holidays. That this particular holiday is going to be a little bit more low key, because we're working a lot. We have a lot of things going on. And I think a lot of the stories are going to be dictated by what we're doing at home, how we're connecting at home. So I think it's great to have an overall theme for your December Daily project, and not so much focusing on the everyday flow, but really focusing on maybe a centralized thing that you're looking at this particular month. So for me, it's connection with my family, with friends, whatever that may look like over the course of December. And I will pepper in things that we enjoy doing throughout this month. and that type of thing, really digging into the story. As I mentioned before, a lot of my design process for this project will be driven again by stories, but I do have a lot of product. So I do want to play around with product a lot in this album. So I'll be sharing that process here on the YouTube channel. So make sure you stay tuned, and I'll be sharing some behind the scenes things in my Patreon community. And there is a link to my Patreon there if you want to support me through that. You absolutely can. It's a great way to get sort of behind the scenes look at my processes and things. But I want to use this product because, you know what? We spend a lot of money on these products, so don't hoard it, like, use it. So that's kind of a peek into what my process is going to be like. Again, I didn't set up any foundation pages. My album is blank right now, just has page protectors in it. You don't have to set up foundation pages. In previous years I did, this year I'm not. I didn't have time to do that. And I kind of, not so much that I didn't have time, I just want to be able to sit down and just do it whenever I'm ready to do it. I may not work on a story every day throughout the month of December, but my project will be done December 25th. So that could mean that I'm working on several pages in one session, or maybe I'm working on a story every other day, or maybe there will be a week where I'm working on a story every day. I like to leave it open, flexible, and fluid. So what's going to come next with this project? You will see a video on my holiday cart setup, how I'm setting myself up for success for this project. I will be sharing this process all throughout December, so you want to stay tuned. Make sure you have notifications set so you'll get notified when I do post videos. And of course, I'll be sharing images on the Victoria Marie Instagram page. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do, on Facebook, and that type of thing. And then I'll also be kind of talking about some of the other materials I'm going to bring into this project this year that I've been hoarding and having for many, many years, including the stuff that I never used over the past couple of years. So I want to incorporate some of those things as much as I can in this year's project. Okay. Let me go to the chat. Okay. So a couple announcements before we roll out today. First of all, if you haven't heard, the Victoria Marie online virtual crops are coming back for 2022, and we have one central theme for next year's crops, and that's rock your stash. So all of 2022, there will be 10 online virtual crops where each crop will be focused on using certain elements in your stash. So if you want full details and more information about that, make sure you head over to my blog. I also posted a link directly to the event page. Right now, I am selling all 10 crops as a bundle for $79.99 USD. That means you get access to all 10 crops at the 2021 price of $7.99 per crop, but you pay one time for the bundle. On January 9th, I will open up the January crops, so single crop sales will begin January 9th. So if you don't want the bundle, say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to commit to 10 crops or whatever, if you just want to buy them one at a time, that's fine. You'll be able to do that starting January 9th. However, January 8th is the last day that you can buy the Rock Your Stash crop bundle, okay? So make sure you go to my Eventbrite registration page, or you can go to the Victoria Marie blog. All those links are down below to learn more about it. I hope you will join us. For those of you who participate in the online virtual crops, I know a lot of folks loved it. They've been really productive with the crops. It's just something to look forward to every day, or not every day, but every month for the most part. In 2022, I'm only offering 10. I'm not offering one in June or December, so I can take a break. But it's a really great time for you to get, to challenge yourself, get projects done, chat with other scrapbookers. We have all kinds of fun and so many fantastic challenges, live Zoom scrapping chats, all kinds of fun things, prizes, giveaways. So make sure you join us in 2022. More information about the bundle, click on the link in the description. And then starting January 9th, if you're not interested in the bundle, but you want to purchase the crops throughout the year singly, then single sales start with the January crop on January 9th, okay? And the price for the individual crops are $9.99. So when you buy the bundle, you save money per crop, even though with the bundle you only pay one time. But if you buy them, one at a time, then it's $9.99 whenever the registration goes up for those crops. So make sure you go check out all that information, link down below. Second announcement, I've been getting a lot of questions about this. December 10th, I will be opening up enrollment for my year-long class called Project Done, a year-long scrapbooking journey. This will be year 2 that I will be teaching this year-long class. And Project Done is all about selecting a certain number of unfinished scrapbook projects that you want to get done and hyper-focusing on those projects for a 12-month period. That enrollment will be starting December 10th for that year-long online class. We have had such a great time this year, and there have been so many students in that class that were able to really pare down out of all of their unfinished projects and really focus on getting certain projects done. We talk about project management. We talk about letting go of comparison trap. We talk about photo management. We talk about time management all throughout the class. So each month is focused on a different theme as you are completing your project. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to be posting some information about that really, really soon. If you are an alumni of the class, meaning you're currently enrolled in the class, alumni registration will start on December 4th. And I posted information about that in the online class site. So if you're interested in Project Done, stay tuned for that information. It's going to be a fabulous class. All right, guys, that's all the announcements I have for you today. I'm glad to be back for our Wednesday Live. Join me next week. I believe next week will probably be either a layout or my December daily project, one of the two. But we'll be doing something creative next week. Hope you were inspired to at least document your memories this time of the month, whether you do December daily or some other project or just something of your own creation. If anything, if you're doing December daily and you're feeling overwhelmed by it, it's okay. Take a deep breath. If anything, just jot down a few little notes that you can then come back to. Maybe this project waits into January. Maybe it waits until February, but don't give up. Make sure that you're documenting your memories this holiday season. I can't wait to share this project as it comes along. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will see you next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel, 2 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a fabulous day, folks, and I will see you around. Bye-bye.